Hello guys, and welcome back to Strategic Command World War II, World at War with our Allied playthrough. In the last episode, we finished up everything we were doing for the turn here of February 27th. A lot of risky moves happening, a lot of interesting stuff happening. We're going to hit end turn right off the bat because we're ready for it. And we want to see what the Axis has because there's still a good chance we lose some stuff in the Pacific. I see Axis Raiders still disrupting shipping. There must be a second submarine down here, which means it's going to take even longer to actually get rid of the Japanese subs and be able to transport the Australian Navy. I really fucked up by not moving this stuff earlier. And Finland, or Mongolia, one of them just moved closer to the Allies. Importance of Madagascar. With the Japanese presence in the Dutch East Indies, it's imperative Madagascar does not fall into enemy hands. Such an eventuality could see us denied use of the Indian Ocean, with all the political, logistical, and economic implications this would have. Recommendation: send an expedition to seize Madagascar and prevent its use as an Axis base. Interesting. Tech. Okay. Holy shit. Alright, UK no longer paying for a lot of things they were paying for. Still only halved income from America and from everywhere else. Reduced as well. Still 520 MPP at the end of the turn. Thank God. I've been so stretched thin as the UK. I've been like making mistakes left and right. Not paying for enough things. America, even with what it's sending to the USSR, making about as much by the end of the turn as the USSR, you know, even post-sending things, plus what it's sending to the UK. China, still profiting from that. Hanoi, Kunming, and India probably doing well. I don't know, I didn't have enough time to read all of it. God damn it! Yeah! Alright, well, let's see what the Axis has for us. They're reinforcing on the Greek front. Only reinforcing, not attacking. That's amazing. To be honest, I need time to reinforce. The HQ is being bombed by Japanese carriers. They really want to get that shit out of there. They have like a priority to seize the Philippines. Okay? Okay, the Congo went around, I believe. Got the sub to run into us out of the port, thank God. Yeah, we'll hurt it real nice and good. Doesn't look like it can really get away. If it can, I don't know how far it can get. Oh, they reinforced that up to 10? Oh, man. Oh. Okay, yeah, I gotta still reinforce my planes over there, but again, so stretched thin. I just gave up Minsk, yet the fucking Panzers operated away? Where are you going? Ooh, okay. Some of them are operating out here. They're getting a little concerned by our other fronts. Good, this will weaken them everywhere else. The Soviets will have a much easier time if the Axis is concerned with our Parisian, French, Brest front. I don't know what to call this. You know what else I forgot to do last turn? Move this submarine over here to raid. But now I'm actually quite glad that it's here. What the fuck was that? Oh, because yeah, it's intercepting all these enemy ships. So that's pretty wonderful. I don't know why they're just maintaining this presence in the Gulf of Siam. They may be going for an invasion of Malay. Maybe. They historically did, so they might still. Bombers trying to bomb in the Soviets, but fighters and defensive AA fighter kicking some ass. Wow, what the fuck kind of range is this? Holy shit. Oh god. A lot of air fighting. Odessa's being bombed. Cherkassy being bombed. They really want to push through these locations. I'm unsurprised. Interceptors flying. They have escorts, of course. Dealing 3 damage to those escorts. Holy crap. 2 to the planes and only taking 2 ourselves. That's awesome. Oh. More defensive AA fire. I'm amazed it can fire that much. Maybe because it got an upgrade. Maybe. Kiev being bombed. They're really fucking with the readiness and morale of this front. But I have so many units showing up. I hope to make this a non-issue. But they're going to push hard on Odessa. They're moving. Probably gonna send more units in, yep. Oh, Odessa, I hope you can live. It's surviving. It's taking a lot of casualties and not dealing a lot, but it's surviving. Same thing at Cherkassy. The last thing we want to do is lose Cherkassy right now that we have this offensive ready to go. We need our positions on the other side of the Dnieper. Although they're really pushing, but that means they're not going to be in any entrenchments. Going for Kiev as well. Yeah, they're trying to break these 3 points. And they're having a lot of luck. However... Ooh, it's so close. Oh, God. Oh. They survived. Thank God. And this HQ is still just on the verge of death, and it's dead. The Philippines has now fallen. Maybe I should have disbanded that. I wouldn't have lost the national morale. I didn't think about that. I only thought about the money and how it could hold off. I probably should have just disbanded it to save 319 national morale. But America's national morale is very high. They are finally pushing north in the Baltics here against my defensive front, which is more of an offensive front and doesn't have any entrenchment, but that means they don't have entrenchment. So this should hopefully work out very, very well. America's poor national morale. Like, America's probably going to have the worst national morale out of every one of our living allies. They need something to buff them up. It's a shame. Ooh. Okay. Submarines moving away. Don't know where they're going, but they're moving. HQ's moving along the front. They seem to be spreading out along all their fronts, which is good. Franco sends the Blue Division to support the Axis. That doesn't sound good. Sounds like free units for the Germans. Oh, Spain, Axis 5%. That's it. Spain's about to join the Axis. Japanese capture Corregidor. Oh, it's that right there. Bataan completely occupied by Japanese. Yep. That's a shame. That's going to hurt national morale, I'm sure. Oh well. They still don't have Davao. They still have to go for that. Main right HQ destroyed. Yeah, that wasn't the best for American national morale. Yeah, Spain should start moving towards the Axis really soon. Garrison in Bergen. Garrison in Syracuse. Oh, good to know. Spain prepares for war. Yep, they're going to join. They're going to join the Axis next turn. We got to get off of the Spanish coast here. Because we're going to have to deal with Spanish troops. Also, I'm going to do this right now before anything else. Garrison, upgrade to infantry weapons level 2. Because you're about to come under a lot of attack. And I don't have any troops to really send to you. This makes me want to attack and do Operation Torch, to be honest. Because then I could just jump right over to Gibraltar and open this new front. But I don't need any more fronts. If this gets taken, it doesn't matter. I don't need to worry about it. It'll be fine. Look at that national morale counts. Yeah, America's at a low point of 91%. UK still at 100. USSR at 106. Taking some losses, which doesn't help. China's still at 125. Their high point. Let's see. India's back up to 100. I guess because they killed something. Germany is down to 101. Probably because they're losing some stuff, maybe. Italy is down to 53. Holy crap. Japan is down and up as time goes on, but they're at 56. We gotta kill that Congo, man. It looks like Port Moresby has not fallen. So hopefully we can still get units up here. If it's just one enemy special forces, we don't even need any upgrades. We just need to get the troops over there. So let's see if I can pull this off. So we'll take the Kanga special forces here, better than the Corps. We'll get that out to sea. We'll naval cruise that into the port and drop that at Port Moresby. There's a jungle next door, which we can hopefully drop the second Corps. Let's put that into transport. 50 MPPs or more to transport all these units. Send that up to Port Moresby and drop it off right next door. Good. So they don't have upgrades and their supply is not the greatest. It's pretty crap, to be honest. However, this should be enough to stave off an enemy unit. If we just keep swapping back and forth, reinforcing what's in Port Moresby, maybe I can end up getting that American HQ up there at some point. He doesn't have enough supply to actually resupply any further with where he is right now. I'll swap MacArthur into Brisbane, which his supply is not going to change, so he won't be able to reinforce, but this is like the best supply he's going to get in all of Australia, except if he goes right up to Canberra. This is something the Axis needs to win, by the way, is Canberra, so... Well, win decisive victory, but they won't win a decisive victory, even if they win something. Which I still doubt they will even do. Alright, so we know that the Congo went up and down and around somewhere. The enemy ships seem to be prioritizing getting into ports when they're injured, instead of getting far away. And with the Atlantic Fleet right here, we have some potential to really track them down here. Another thing I'm realizing is, due to how much we've already fucked up their fleet, and how we have the Atlantic Fleet over here ready to start dominating some shit, all these islands right here, all these Japanese islands, or otherwise like UK and occupied, whatever the fuck, we can already kind of go on the offensive with special forces and just go island hopping. Because I don't know if they're going to actually have much there. I want to imagine Japan has some more scripts to invade, like for example, Malaya. This naval buildup here makes me think they'll go for Malaya. They have to get the troops to do that from somewhere, right? If they're sending more forces over to Port Moresby, they have to get the troops to do that from somewhere. So, where are they going to get them from? The islands, of course. Now, I don't know how many special forces they got given, but we could at least, if we do run into any resistance, we can go ahead with our special forces and like dual team on one spot. I don't know. This one special forces needs to get up to full strength still. That's the whole reason I moved him up here. So he's going to do that. Also, all these planes that are not at full strength also need to get up to full strength. Some of these planes need upgrades, so I'm going to upgrade them first just as a reminder to myself that they can do that. And then there's this one, which can upgrade from where it is, but it cannot reinforce. And this one cannot even upgrade because the supply here is just bad. We would need an HQ to make this island truly operable. Looks like as America, we did finish our advanced tanks research, so I'm going to go ahead and just add that to the research 175. It's really easy to fill up American research, so I figured I just might as well. So zooming out a little bit, the Congo is the most important thing that we could potentially kill here. The escort carrier, far less important. They may still be around here, as will that light cruiser. So if he went up and down and around, he'll either be over here, or over here, or he may actually just be sailing away. I don't know. I haven't seen that as a behavior yet. And the escort carrier is either long gone, or seeing as it was going west, it'll either be somewhere here, here, or here. So it's time to go exploring. S42 sub, you're not done yet. Let's see, which do I want to check first? Let's go check Gilbert's Islands. Oh, Congo! Found the Congo. Okay, cool. Congo found. Do I even want to look for the other one? How do I even want to kill the Congo if it's in a port? My bombing capacity is not as good as it was because this carrier's air group is like fucked up. But, I also have to remind myself how far I can fire. 5 with current upgrades. The carrier itself is healthy and the Congo's almost dead. I probably won't send the Lexington to fight the other escort carrier if I find it, but killing the Congo is worth it. Because looking at US national morale, yeah, it still has way more to go. It's pretty good. It caps out at 100k, so that's nice. Any kill we get on these ships also will go right into our national morale, which will help undo, for example, my mistake with that HQ. I should have just disbanded it. Putting up a fight in the Philippines didn't mean anything. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, we are in range, and we can kill it. Oh my god. Yes! And there you go, 770 national morale. That makes up for 2 HQs. Back up to 92%. Awesome. I really wonder if they have a lot of stuff defending out here. Does any of this have partisans? No, it does not. This is where getting garrisons could come in handy. We take these places and then we just drop garrisons in them as we leave. Or of course, corps, as I was saying. Special forces, things that can keep moving on. But we don't have MPPs to prioritize all this stuff right yet. Looks like the garrison is going to be like a 2-turn thing. I guess production delay of 1 month means it will take 2 months. Instead of, like, 0 would mean you get it instantaneously. So we're going to still wait on that garrison to see what we can do with it. I'm hoping to God that I can deploy it at Midway. Midway looks fine now. That red thingamajig is gone. It has supply, so hopefully I can just deploy out there. If I can't, I'm afraid for Midway. If I can, I'll also probably operate one of those fighters up here. I'm not going to do it until I get a garrison here, because I got to make sure that it can defend itself. I'll operate like a fighter out there or something, because I expect them to try to maybe do Midway. They might have a Midway script. I don't know. Okay, so where is the escort carrier? If it's not at one of these 2 ports, I'm probably just going to say that we lost it. I don't even know how to go looking for it. Like with a destroyer? Spotting naval 1. How far can a battleship see? 1. A light cruiser? 1. Okay, so we have to get right up next to it to see. I'm a little nervous, but we'll take the Somers Destroyer, because the Somers Destroyer is still at full strength. So we're going to send it down here. Let's take a peek. So there's no garrison here. How do I spot this? It'd also be this one. Let's Let's have the Wainwright go check this. Okay, this place is empty. All of this is empty. Look, we can even see the villages. This is all empty. Some of this was taken from us, right? Or was all of this Japanese? Oh, all of this here was Japanese, but Wake's up here. So they left this defenseless. Their invasion forces might have come from here, quite frankly. Alright, so let's cross our fingers. Okay. Oh my god, we did it. Can it even get out now? If I stay here, can it even get out? Does this block it? Because it's here with low readiness. It has low morale. This place, I can't imagine, has the best supply. It has 5 supply. That's enough to reinforce. This escort carrier doesn't have naval weapons. Oh no, it doesn't have ASW is what it doesn't have. It does have advanced fighters and long range aircraft. God, they can get up to 3? I guess that's what happens when you prioritize tech instead of putting it everywhere. The carrier's not going to be able to deal with that. They have fighters. They're probably in fighter mode. These guys are 5 out of 10. I need to start moving this back up to Pearl, where it can replenish its fighters and get any upgrades, which there are upgrades. I know there are. How do I deal with this? Looks like there's like a 2 bonus, whatever ND is. I don't know what the hell that is. It looks like there's a 2 bonus. Maybe if I get the battleships from the Atlantic over here, but I don't think it's gonna go well any other way. I think we need the battleships from the Atlantic over here. So we'll want to send the destroyers over here as well. Maybe we could form a screen around Eniwetok to make sure this thing doesn't get away. I only have 1 more destroyer. It doesn't look like it would be capable of getting away. But let's just try to blockade it as much as we can. We'll send the destroyer forward. This is a better destroyer too. It may be able to replenish its air there, but hopefully the battleships can get there and like do some big damage. I'm not going to send the Maryland. I'm not going to bother. I wonder if this battleship can hit up here. Let's find out. Let's send the Arkansas forward. No, we have to be right over here to actually do anything like that, unfortunately. Okay. Well, we'll send the New York forward as well. Just kind of try to get in the region with all these battleships. Hopefully we can kill the escort carrier with the battleships without suffering major casualties. The Texas battleship is here, also capable of being deployed forward. I guess I will also send that forward in kind of like this big formation. Where's the light cruiser? That light cruiser had 5 out of 10. I don't see it. I don't know where it is. Maybe that one got away. Weird, because everything else just scrambled for the ports, but what do you know? We'll take the Brooklyn light cruiser and we'll put it up here as a screen for the battleships. We'll take the Astoria heavy cruiser and do the same screen for the battleships. Everything else over here doesn't have like the best situation, but we want to screen for these battleships if possible, regardless of the status of these cruisers. This battleship, I want to get back into port and like save its life or something. We have ships here that definitely need some reinforcement. We're going to reinforce the Nautilus sub. We want to get that out as fast as possible. Same thing with the New Orleans heavy cruiser. That's probably going to be pretty vital. I know I'm leaving like nothing here to protect the Lexington, but I don't think they have anything over here. I really don't. We'll send the S-42 sub up a little bit. And we'll send the Maryland battleship, which is pretty healthy, I guess. We'll send it right here. Now, can you still board even from here? Yeah, I guess it'll just pop you out, even with all this stuff blocking you away. I want to get the Maryland upgraded and up to snuff and all that jazz. The 12th Air Force fighters are going to need to move to get their upgrades. Eventually, we'll move this 1st Air Force fighter off of Hilo. We might keep one here. A fighter, something can be here, but not this one. We'll have to end up moving that eventually. So we'll send the 12th Air Force fighters up here so we can get its upgrades next turn, because these fighters are not going to see any use, nor are the tactical bombers. Everything is just out of range. We could do a little bit of scouting for whatever that's worth. That's about the only thing we could do. This has 1 strike instead of 2. I guess the maritime bombers are different. Actually, they probably count as strategic bombers, so that's probably aerial warfare doing its work. God, I didn't realize how important aerial and armored warfare would be. It doesn't look like naval warfare is as important of an upgrade, but armored and aerial warfare is so fucking important, and I just did not realize. We still have a while before the USSR gets armored warfare, which is unfortunate. I have armored warfare with like literally nobody. I just ignored it because I was like, well, tanks aren't that important. I'm not going to have that many. Then I got way more than I thought I would with the USSR. And I'm realizing even if I didn't, the USSR should probably have it anyway. Such an important thing that I missed. It sucks. Now, let's see here. We'll try to put the 1st Marine Division Special Forces on a long-range amphibious transport. 57 MPPs. Okay, that's not at all where I expected that to pop out. Hopefully that stays good. These long-range ones are nice because they don't lose any supply or anything while they're at sea. And this is level 2 because we have, I guess, 2 upgrades to it. Anti-aircraft defense can be up. Oh, this is weird. Maybe this is just confused, or maybe you really can upgrade the long-range ones with anti-air defense. That would certainly help with like planning things like Normandy and stuff. You could prepare for any German air or something. For right now, we'll just get it ready for pushing on this island chain, because if we can keep getting stuff, that would hopefully raise the national morale of the Americas of America. Yeah, national morale value, there's some. It's not very much, but there's some. You know, I do wonder, I'm thinking about it. I wonder if, probably not, but I wonder if the national morale value of a lot of these things is like a generated thing. Like I wonder, for example, 10 national morale value on Wuhan. On Chongqing, national morale value of 100. Does that mean that they would only lose 100? Or does that mean that it's 100 per turn? I can't tell by looking at the manual, but it doesn't seem like it's by turn, which makes it look like a lot of provinces and stuff just don't have a lot of national morale value. Like Tokyo's worth 100, but if you actually lost the capital, like you'd lose way more than 100. Maybe it's like a multiplier. Maybe it's not a one-to-one thing. I don't know. It's a lot this game doesn't teach you, which is why I'm kind of handling the game in the way that I am. Also for America, we're going to want to go after wherever the hell this submarine went. I don't see it. Where the hell did it go? Hey, you gotta be out here somewhere. If you're not along the line itself, then that's actually not bad. Oh, okay. There is another submarine out here, and I found it. The I-15 sub. Let's go ahead and attack that. Submarine dives from attack, okay? Let's, I'm afraid to send the Vendetta out here, because that thing, we didn't do any damage, and so that thing might get a little angry. Huh. We may have cleared a way for a lot of the ships to actually get up there. Some of them, like the ones actually on the west coast, don't need to go. Well, they could go, right? They need to, quote unquote. They could go just to reunify so we can have the British fleet kind of move in unity. I just want to get everything together if possible. Maybe this destroyer aside, maybe destroyers are going to be needed over here. But in general, at the very least, we know it's safe to move a ship up to Melbourne. We know that much. So that wouldn't be so bad. And it would stop me from needing to upgrade them. Yeah, because we've discovered everything along the way to Melbourne. We don't quite know what's up here. Well, let's take a risk. Let's go ahead and try to go here with the light cruiser. Okay, we made it. So the enemy submarine was not here. Okay, so we got the Perth light cruiser down there. The Australia heavy cruiser is going to want to start going south and around now. We'll send that down to Melbourne. We'll send the Leander light cruiser. Now this one could be interesting. It can't get all the way over there. They can get nearby. This is a light cruiser, so we don't have to worry too much about its safety or anything. Let's go ahead and send that up to where the first light cruiser was. Alright, cool. So they're there. They're safe together. The submarines aren't here to hunt light cruisers. I mean, I'm sure they'd take a shot if they thought it would help them. But they're not here specifically for that reason. Also, yeah, about that advice to attack Madagascar, I'm probably not gonna. I feel like the AI wouldn't invade it. I don't even know if the AI, like, well, it has all the special forces. But it's gonna be so tied down with all this. Still hasn't taken Brunei or Sarawak. These should have fallen by now. It's probably going to them right now. But I don't think it's going to attack Madagascar. And if it does, well, then I'll send something down there. Maybe too little, too late, but I'll send something down there. There's no way they can send enough stuff down there to really fuck me over in the long run. That's my opinion. I think the Americans are hurting their fleet so much and the Chinese are distracting their land forces and everything. And we're going to distract them hopefully at Port Moresby. I think the enemies are upgraded though, which is not great for us. But I think all this stuff, it shouldn't be a big deal. Is what I'm trying to get across. I originally didn't move the Idaho battleship because I didn't want to get caught or whatever, but I think I'm just going to naval cruise that all the way over to Pearl. And it can help block this. Because it's full strength, it's good to go. We want the American fleet to be unified in one location since we're focusing the entire goddamn thing in the Pacific. If we do deal with any Japs showing up in California, we'll fight them with maritime bombers. It's fine. We'll start scouting, we'll do all that stuff. But the ships, the fleet, needs to be out here. Because even with the carrier losses, we have dominated their fleet so much that we can actually maintain an offensive here. Because they have other carriers out here, and it's just not working for them. Even if they sent the other 2 carriers over here, they would need to send way more than that to stop our advance over here. And what I'm hoping is, when the British fleet is good, if they do go out into the east, then we could show up with the British fleet and then get some real shit done. That's what I'm hoping. The 173 MPPs that we do have for America isn't enough to do anything special. So here, let's go ahead and upgrade the 12th garrison here on San Francisco. America can get a lot of garrisons, and we can go ahead and purchase more. There's only one place in the Pacific right now that's needing a garrison, and that's Wake, or Midway, sorry. And when I see if I can deploy it there or not, then I'll determine how I'm going to spend on other garrisons. For right now, this 163 is not very important to spend. Probably better off saving it for later. It's March, so winter is almost over. And when winter is over, the UK is going to start getting a lot more money from its colonies. And the Lend-Lease here, which is up to 75%, yeah, because it is spring, okay. When it gets into summer, this should go up even higher, and the UK should be able to do a hell of a lot. Hopefully, they really need to. Looks like the Indians have finished researching infantry weapons too. So while they're still in safe locations, I'm going to take India's MPPs. I'm going to put it into making sure all their available units have that, including this one that hasn't deployed still, because we just gave it infantry weapons 1. Well, now we have infantry weapons 2. Let's go ahead and assign that. And these garrisons, they don't really need it as much, but we'll go ahead and assign it just in case the Japs get a little ballsy. That's going to bring the Indian MPPs down real low. The artillery doesn't have to worry about any of this, so we can just force march the artillery closer to Misawa. That takes care of America and India. A lot of stuff goes into this battle of the Pacific, let me tell you. I think we're good for this episode, so next episode we'll probably take on the UK first, because I expect them to have a lot of stuff. Maybe the USSR. We'll see how I feel. Definitely let me know your thoughts. I know I haven't asked in a while. A lot of stuff's been happening. A lot of stuff. So I've been real hyper-focused on some of this stuff, and I keep missing certain things, so Port Moresby's in some danger, maybe. But for now, thank you guys very much for watching. This has proven to be a very long series, and I'm excited to see where it goes and how it ends. And I'll see you guys on the next one.